Hey everybody, welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. Sorry for the delay, we had a little technical issue, but we got everything sorted out now. I'm Ed, sitting here with Eric and Rich, and
hey everybody.
We did a little codename S.T.E.A.M. We did some this morning with the dev team.
Yep.
We're going to do now with a little different perspective on things. This was unveiled last night at the round table.
Just last night, I was promising everybody that we were going to go deep on this game and give you guys multiple perspectives on it. So what we're going to be doing is taking another look at it. Rich is going to be guiding us through another look.
Yeah, so I'm going to start us off. We're looking at a different map than we looked at this morning at the development team's request. So I want to set the stage for you before we get too deep into the game. It's the thing I like to do. We're talking about codename S.T.E.A.M. That's the strike team eliminating the alien menace. It's a team assembled by Abraham Lincoln to take out the...
Of course.
marauding army of unspeakable aliens that have started an attack that begins in London and spreads out across the entire world. Now, the reason that you get involved in this whole affair is the main character, well, your first character, Henry, is working at the U.S. Embassy, and he's going to be guarding the opening of the Steam Gate Bridge. If people watch the first Treehouse live footage, they will have seen, the opening sequence. Henry gets caught up in this as one of the U.S. survivors of the initial attack at the embassy, and he gets pulled into. All right, hang on. The characters are getting impatient. He gets pulled into this battle, and he gets introduced to a series of other characters. So here's Henry right here. I've got him in the number 2 position. Yeah. Right now, we are on our. I'm kind of playing this out of sequence. I've picked up some characters from later in the game and brought them into this earlier stage, so I can show you our escape from London before we head off back to America.
And you brought a different character here. You brought Randolph.
That's right. I wanted to give us a little taste of some of the variety of characters in here. Some with offensive weapons and some with non-offensive weapons.
Right before this, I was hearing Paul give you a hard time about your character selection.
Yeah.
And what you had done. What was he messing with you about?
Oh, he judged me. He judged me hard. So he wanted me to go in here with Randolph, of course. He's got this weapon I'm going to show you in a few minutes. But now all characters, they come with an innate weapon, a weapon that they carry with them.
Right.
It kind of represents who they are as a person. Like over here, you've got John's got the
Every
bear
weapon
grenade.
should represent who you are.
I think it does. Exactly.
As a person.
The fox is a sniper. She's got a gun with a fox motif on it. John's got the bear grenade with the bear motif. The assault eagle that, or the eagle rifle that Henry uses right here has an eagle motif. Randolph's unspeakable lure has a. We'll get to that.
It is unspeakable.
And every character can have a secondary weapon, a sub-weapon that they can bring into the field as well. Now, Paul was telling me that I should have kept Randolph completely non-offensive, like make him entirely in a supporting role. He wanted me to give him a weapon. I went with the steam rifle so that he has some firepower.
More of a standard kind of loadout.
Yeah, he said that lacks style. And I can't disagree with him, but I'm not operating at developer level here. So he wanted me to go in with a supply cannon that launches a supply crate onto the battlefield, and then he wanted Henry. Henry over here has an innate ability to push items around across the stage, and so he wanted me to send Randolph out to launch a crate into the battlefield that Henry would push and push to keep me out of line of sight of the enemies, basically hiding behind this moving crate. And
which is a strategy.
It's legit.
It's so mind-bending because I guess it's an illustration of how this game works, because you can really approach all of these kind of tactical situations from any different angle, any way that you can think about. I have never thought about doing that.
So right here, what we're looking at, you can kind of see the options I've got at my disposal here. I've got a battlefield closed off to the right. Right in front of me, it kind of opens out. Looks pretty treacherous up there. And then up top, I see another enemy, or I see something going on up there. But the first thing I have to deal with is right in front of me. I'm going to start walking forward. You're going to notice there's a steam gauge at the bottom of the screen. Every step I take depletes that steam gauge. But I'm not committed to that movement until I really finalize and take an action like shooting or getting shot at is an action I could take, I suppose. So I get to move around and explore, but when I do that, I risk revealing my position to the enemy. These two guys here now are pretty well aware of where I am. Randolph is also pretty well aware that they know where he is.
Well, and one thing to point out here is you have an eye stalk on the screen here.
Right there.
Right over there. And that guy's a jerk. Because basically, if you don't get out of line of sight of that guy right there, by the end of the turn, you're going to get shelled with artillery. And it's devastating.
And I cannot kill this guy.
Yeah,
I have to get out of line of sight before he'll go away.
Yeah.
So this target ring right around me here, that's what's going to get shelled if I stay there. I don't want to get shelled, so I'm going to have to figure out how to deal with that. Also, these two guys now know where I am because I just sort of charged forward because that's super clever of me.
Using strategy, Rich.
Yeah, I'm using strategy here. This is demonstration purposes only. This may not represent.
Is that going to be your excuse for
I'm
the
going to
rest of
fall
this
back
demo,
on
Rich?
that.
It's for demonstration purposes. I'm just showing how not to do this.
We need to encapsulate the fullness of this experience here.
The pre-excuses have started early.
So what I'm going to do first is, because these guys have seen me, and because I happen to have brought Randolph with me, I'm going to lob his unspeakable lure right here.
Don't say that.
What is this unspeakable lure? It's meat. It's meat that is very tempting to the enemy.
I still don't know what about that meat is unspeakable, but
well, there's a strong ice motif that runs through the
I don't know what kind of
enemies.
meat that is.
So they're really into the frozen meat on
the aliens. The aliens love it. The aliens love it. Yeah.
Now, by doing that, I wasn't really thinking ahead about how much steam I would have left over, and I can't get out of line of sight of this guy. So we're going to deal with that problem in a moment. I'm going to show you some other things. Okay. Here I've got Henry, who is in a good supporting position on Randolph. What am I going to do here? I think I need to reserve a little bit of steam for a reason I'll make clear in just a moment. So I'm going to move him into position over here. I'm going to save enough steam to shoot, and then I'm going to jump over to Henry, or I'm sorry, over to John. I was just on Henry. John's got his bear grenade, as I've mentioned a couple of times now.
Awesome area effect weapon.
I've got this guy staring right at me. That's not Randolph. That's that's got to be a slasher, huh? Right on the other side. I think I'm going to drop a grenade on him right now, just for my own sense of security. I'm going to just lob that over. Oh, that actually did the trick. I was not sure that would kill him.
That's awesome. Kill him. Yeah, that's great.
Randolph is the only one in
Rick's
extreme danger right now. I did great. I'm doing great. And then I've got the fox right here.
Well, you got to get. So one of the things you need to do in this level is get to the high ground.
That's especially true for the fox. She's my sniper, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to take that advice. I'm going to go up this hill, and I'm going to see what's up. Okay, there's a guy up here. We're fine though. This is fine. We're all fine.
This is a good opportunity to talk a little bit about weak points.
That's right.
Because every enemy has a particular area that they're much weaker. And one of the things about this game that kind of takes a little while to wrap your head around is it's a really deep strategy game. But the controls are very kind of action game, oriented. And, and you're able to kind of sit and think tactically about where it is you want to hit an enemy. In this case, weak point is sort of the butt there.
Yeah, and it's a little different from like your tile-based strategy games where you just have to attack into a tile. Or where you attack like based on a certain facing, you kind of have to target very specifically. You can see my reticle here. You need to be pretty precise with your targeting.
You got to be there. You got to have that perspective on that point.
Perspective is another good thing to bring up here because I'm down on the ground. I don't have a lot of visibility into the battlefield, so perspective is really important. Like me being able to get to the high ground affords me a look at the battlefield that I don't have any other way. So I'm kind of spreading my team thin here, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
You keep saying that.
We're fine. It's going to be fine.
Saying that a little too much.
What I want to do now
makes me worried.
Is I'm going to save a little bit of my steam here, like I mentioned. You can see his weapon takes 3 to fire. The Fox's takes 4 to fire. She's a sniper. It's a very powerful weapon. But if I save this steam, you can see right to the left of the steam gauge, there's a little green icon. That indicates that this weapon supports Overwatch fire. So Overwatch lets me attack on the enemy's turn. If they come into range, and I see them move, then I'll track them and shoot. If I can track them before they get off screen or out of sight, then I'll pull off a shot.
Well, and the only way that works is that you've retained enough steam at the end of your turn to pull off that shot.
Right.
And you know, one of the really great advantages of Overwatch is that it enables you to actually stun enemies as they're coming at you. So, you know, if you were able to, you know, if an enemy is coming at you and you shoot them and you're able to stun them, then they lose the turn, you know, the ability to move on that turn. And that's a really effective method. Another thing that you can do is line up, you know, a couple of your soldiers so that they're attacking both on Overwatch at the same time.
Absolutely.
And they're going to go in sequence, and that's a really powerful combo.
Yeah, and if I can pull that off, I will. No promises, though.
Okay.
There's a little bit of strategy that I may not be able to pull off right now.
Well, let's get some combat rolling here.
All right, I do want to do, before I leave Randolph entirely in the cold here, I want to show off one more feature about each of these characters. They each have a special ability that's unique to them that you can pull off once per game, once per map, without any Steam cost. Randolph has the Eldridge Shield that'll protect him and will shield any nearby allies. Now, I haven't left anyone else nearby, so this is only going to help Randolph right now. But I think it's important because he's about to get just shellacked. So I'm going to trigger his special ability, and I want you guys to watch this because it's super awesome.
Shellacked. Rich is even adopting the lexicon of the golden age of comics.
The gimmick here is that Randolph is using his unspeakable knowledge. It's a motif, let's call it.
It's so unspeakable.
And see, so he's got a little shield on him right now that's hopefully going to protect him. He's also tossed out a meat lure out there that's going to try and attract this guy's attention. I don't know if he saw it in time. I don't know if I've got that guy's attention yet. Randolph could be in for more trouble than I expect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end my turn, and then we're just going to cross our fingers and go.
Enemy's turn.
One thing I want to talk about is Overwatch doesn't cost as the cost varies for different weapons. All right, we did this. Let's do a couple shots off. It's good. He saw the meat. He's in. So that guy, I didn't stun him, but he saw the meat and he got distracted. The other guy did not. He was not distracted.
Okay.
So certain weapons are actually cheaper. See the meat. See the meat. Yes. Certain weapons are cheaper on Overwatch. So the Fox costs 4 to fire her weapon on her turn, but costs less in Overwatch. And I was able to pull off a stun move. Here comes the bombing. It's coming.
Brace yourself, Randolph.
This is not good.
I mean, and just imagine this has all happened in just one turn, you know, of combat. And a lot of that has to do with the depth of this game. I mean, this is a game that's being co-developed by Nintendo and Intelligent Systems.
Oh, but it helped. There's a little splash damage on the other guy.
And you know, these are teams that really understand strategy. There's a huge amount of depth in this game. You know, the people responsible for you know, Fire Emblem and Advance Wars. Speaking of which, Rich here worked on all of the Fire Emblems and Advance Wars games.
I've had a little bit in each one of them so far. First writing and kind of overseeing projects and doing voice recording, things like that. Actually,
I'm a huge fan of these games.
It brings up something I'm really, I still take a lot of pleasure in the voice work. I'm just going to do 2 straight. Oh, that didn't do the trick.
Come on, Rich.
Oh, all right. Do I save the Overwatch or do I just go for it? I'm going for it.
Oh, you go.
I'm going for it.
Go for it.
All right.
Yes.
Except that now she's out there in the cold. Nobody's around. So one thing I love is all the context-based messaging these guys give. Like, so I can skulk. I can kind of walk along quietly. Oh, but they detected me because I walked right into their line of sight. I wonder why they detected me.
That's how it happens.
Those messages are all context-driven, all those voice things. And we weren't really sure. I'm going to more meat. And run away.
Just keep launching that meat.
You'll notice the eye stalk. I'm out of his visual range now. My goal is to get rid of that eye stalk this turn. If he can't see me, he'll vanish and go away for a turn. But when we were in localization on this, like as we were doing the voice recording, we didn't know the context for a lot of these messages, so we wound up recording them just in-house with Treehouse people.
Absolutely.
I still, even though we've got the actual voice talent in there now, I still remember and think about like the shrill falsetto Queen Victoria that one of our guys did.
And no one will ever get to see that.
No one will ever know.
No.
But there's a reason they called him voice talent, and it's because we aren't.
Yeah, we aren't.
It was terrible, and it was wonderful.
So how are you going to approach this, Rich?
Well, I've only got one shot here with the grenade.
And we're all going to judge you on exactly how you handle this.
But I do have, this is too expensive for me to use now. His backup weapon, the Sentry, is also useful but very expensive. So I think what I'm going to do right now is lob one grenade over at those guys. You can see there's a good chance, depending on the amount of damage I do, there's a chance I might knock out the guy on the left.
I think you're going to take the one on the left.
The guy on the right, I'm going to do a little damage to him, but hopefully he's going to go into a meat-induced rage and charge that frozen stick. And Henry here, who's still on Overwatch,
I don't even know how to parse that. Yeah,
going to take a few pot shots at this guy.
Start with meat-induced rage and go from there.
And that's everybody's turn right now except for Henry's. I don't want to get him too close to the eye stalk, but I am going to bring him in a little bit more so I can advance just a bit. I'm doing this very cautiously. I don't want to charge into battle, and part of the reason is one of my characters isn't designed primarily for offensive combat. One of my characters needs to serve a support role.
But there's a trade-off for that, and that trade-off is that you're not advancing through the stage all that fast. Everyone at home is probably like, Rich, you're taking your sweet time.
I know, right?
Getting through this level, but one of the real disadvantages of playing it safe like this is at any time you may have an enemy spawn right behind you, and it's going to start just eating you alive. So I kind of hope that that's going to happen to you. Actually, I really hope that happens right now.
There's something about the dynamic battlefield changing the way our whole strategy is going to play out here. It lends an air of urgency, I think, is the word we're looking for. Okay, so these guys are still meat drunk, and we're going to take care of them in just a moment. I can get both of them in one shot right here.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to lob a sentry out there, but I think it's better if I spin the steam, charge. Oh, he's still. So I don't know if I mentioned, enemy has Overwatch 2.
By the way,
come between him and his
So I just want to bring that up right now. It seems relevant. It's a good time.
And you were just on the receiving end of that stun, so now you've lost the ability to do anything else.
Yeah, so I'm going to hang out there by design. This is all by design. And
get on that thing, Rich.
I'm going to get there. Going to make a little progress here. This guy almost certainly has some Overwatch of his own. Yep, I'm going to trigger that. It's fine though. Everything's fine.
Everything is fine.
I'm going to leave that Overwatch for her. I think she's going to take him out. And then I think his Overwatch might be tapped out. So I think I can just take a clean shot at him.
Yeah, you got it.
There it is. And I'm going to try to get ahead before that eye stalk pops back up. If that's.
You want to talk a little bit about those floating coins that are there, too?
Yeah,
some people might have some questions about that.
That's true. Those medals come in. They come into play outside of battle. You can use those medals. I'm just going to grab as many as I can on this turn to purchase additional equipment. Now, one of the things that Intelligence Systems has been talking about a lot over the past couple of days is how difficult it can be for new people to come into a strategy game with all the abstractions of numbers and things like that. And they've really made this kind of minimalist when it comes to all of those abstractions, but they've also tried to make it a little bit more welcoming. You've got a save point, that glowing, it looks like an hourglass right over here. We'll come around the corner to it in a minute. You know, Randolph's being pretty bold for a guy with no offensive capabilities. That's fine. We're fine.
It's going to work out for you, Rich, I'm sure.
There's no problem here. In fact, I'm just going to go for it.
Turn. Come on.
I'm going to end my turn looking up this way. So you can spend medals. If you do get taken out, if I lose an agent on the battlefield, I can run over and hit one of those mid-stage save points and expend the medals that I've been gathering to refill one character's health and steam, or I can spend more medals and restore any knocked out characters and refill their steam so that I basically get a bonus turn. But that pushes me off from getting any of the additional sub-weapons. I won't be able to buy them until much later because I've spent basically a huge... Oh, okay. All right, so remember what you were saying about how Overwatch has that cost of like costing you time basically that you're advancing.
So are you telling me that my dreams have come true, Rich?
Every one of your dreams has come true. So an ice
You're
dog
being
just
punished for taking too long to get
popped
through
right
this
back
level.
up. I've got a solution for this problem now. So these screens that you can see right here, you can check them out at any time. We're fine. This is fine. We can check these out. Yes, thank you. Watch out for those floating eyes.
Yeah, but it's helpful to know now.
Yeah, so now I know a little bit that I may not have known before through experience if I had been playing a little more cautiously.
Should have known.
But checking out that screen also gives me a refresh on the Steam, so I can just bullet ahead. And I'm now out of line of sight, although Henry is not. So get over here. Let's see if I can lob that sentry. Oh no, I don't quite have enough to lob the sentry, so I do want to lob that sentry though, because he's handy. I'm just going to toss. John's got this sub item of a sentry, basically an autocannon sort of thing that's going to sit there and defend me for a little bit. Now we do need to advance the battlefield a little, so I'm going to charge ahead and outside of that guy's. He still sees me. He still sees me. Oh Lord. Does he still? Can we camp here? Is it cool if I camp here, buddy? This is going to be a very difficult to defend position.
I don't like this.
You know what? I have a plan. He sees me.
Ed's saying it's fine, so I think you're good.
Yeah, Ed knows. Ed knows. He sees me. Can we all get? Can we all hang out here together? All of us friends. Friend.
Hold me.
All right. More meat. That's always my solution. So I'm going to lob the meat over there.
It's the entirety of your battle plan.
That is my battle plan.
See, there you go. You can see
sees the
right
meat.
there that
Right.
you caught his attention.
Everybody is just crouching in this one safe square.
Okay. Nothing could go wrong.
And the Fox now has a totally free line of movement up here and bonus steam I can grab.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just shot the steam cannon because
That's
I
really
was not paying attention. So I'm going to jump into the steam cannon.
You want to immediately shoot the cannon that you're going to use to shoot over
Yeah.
weapons. You just gotta test
this is
it.
what
It
I
can't
wanted.
all be meat, Rich.
Fortunately, I kept a little extra steam handy. This steam cannon is great. I think I can take that guy out on one turn. I'm just going to lob a shot right there. There he goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay here and see if anyone else wants a little of that snack I left out there. And I'm just going to hope that everybody is out of range of that ice stalk.
Aliens love the snacks.
All right, so, okay, there's a prowler. Those guys are they're trouble because they're smart. They're a little smarter than a lot of the other enemies. They'll team up on attacks. You can see they're carrying weapons as well. The ice stalk doesn't know where we are anymore, so he took off. My strategy, a little air quotes. My strategy helped me out there. I was able to avoid any immediate danger by getting out of that ice stalk's way. Now, yeah, I know. We're all kind of clustered close together. I got to do this, first in, first out. So, John, you're a little low on steam. I'm going to move you into a support position back here. They're all out of range, so I think I'm going to have to exit.
Oh.
That's fine. We're fine here.
You got one good shot out of it.
Yeah. And I actually think I'm going to bring her back down to the battlefield below. And I'm going to pull her special ability into play now.
Yes.
Her Sharp Eye refills my steam.
It's those that, by the way, those who are watching may not actually see this. You're literally pulling the handle to activate it for the set.
So there I am. I've got full steam. I've got double Overwatch range. And she's just right out in the front lines. I need to get their attention, though. So here's where I need my buddy Randolph to throw some snacks out there. All right, snack time. Yes.
Yum.
They all looked right at it. That makes me very happy.
Let's do it.
Then I'm gonna get another. See if I can stack some Overwatch here. If they charge it, I might be able to get a stacked Overwatch with Henry and the Fox. No promises here, but I feel good about this. So let's see how this plays out now. Okay, there's one. Stun. Two.
Nice.
No stun. But he's coming. Here comes the stack.
Perfect execution of Overwatch.
And
boom.
And
Nice.
that was really beautiful to watch. I feel good about this.
Rich.
I feel good
It's
about
okay,
it.
it's okay to compliment yourself.
I feel real good.
Yeah, you should feel awesome for yourself.
So we rehearsed this a few times back at the actual home Treehouse, and I didn't do this well. But there's something kind of beautiful in doing it
times
visually.
it didn't go anywhere near as well.
You never do this well.
I never do this well. Okay. So that whole hubris thing might be coming into play here. So I did pull off the stacked Overwatch. I felt really good about that.
Choices.
Now I need to find a way out of his line of sight, and he has quite a line of sight. He's in there. He's going to run ahead. But the farther I run with this guy, the more exposed he is.
And you can't shoot anything or do anything. Right?
Yeah, so they've seen, and they've got Overwatch.
All right.
Okay, and we're stunned.
Now it
And
gets
the
interesting.
stun.
So there are no takebacks. He's going to sit there. All right now.
That's working out awesome for you, Rich.
That's great. He's a little out of the range. I'm going to switch over to his S.T.E.A.M rifle and leave him with enough for some Overwatch himself. This is where Paul would just be shaking his head right now. Like,
no style.
There's
no
absolutely
style
style at all.
And then I'm going to... Oh, and he's not even out of line of sight, so whoops.
Oh.
Now, the
Yeah.
enemies
Or maybe
have
this
that-
is Rich's style.
This is
And
my
then-
my
and then
style
it's all
is
style.
It's all
This is Rich's
nothing but
style.
style. Is she right behind me? Because I don't friendly fire. That's
Rich is having a tough day here.
Yeah, we're
He's,
positioning.
First he gets mocked on our
From the dev.
or Smash Wii U.
all that matters
right,
is
He
who
gets,
wins
he
last.
gets mocked by the devs.
You
mocked by
know
us.
it's true. The only thing that matters is who wins last.
Okay.
And filthiest. Who wins filthiest?
Who wins?
You dirty, dirty winner.
Who wins with the unspeakable lure?
We do it.
All right, so I think I'm okay here. Are we all out of line? No. Randolph. Well, he's already taken one ice block to the head. Do I leave him there? Leave him hanging? Or do I step him out? I'm still in range. I'm still in range.
There's a lot of thinking about this turn.
Oh,
Rich.
all right. All right, you know what?
The Overwatch
I'm done
dance
thinking
of
because he
death.
can't move. Fortunately, he got knocked back, which means that maybe...
Yeah, that is
Done.
unfortunate.
No, it is fortunate because if he was stunned in
Oh,
that
you're right,
previous
yeah,
square,
yeah.
that artillery was going to be right on top of him.
On top of all of
All
them.
right, so I've got one more thing I'm going to do here, and that is Henry's Eagle Strike.
Oh,
This is my favorite.
So
Yeah.
this is the last thing I'm going to be able to pull off on this turn, and then we're just going to play it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be out of time in a second.
Love the art in this game. You know, all of that comic book inspiration.
Oh, cleaned up. Oh, that felt good. That actually did feel good.
You did all right, Rich.
Now, there it is. You can actually, no, not quite make it to the goal. It's just right there. It's just one turn away.
The tease.
Let's get out of there. Let's all. Here
can
she is.
do
She'll
it.
take us there.
Congrats.
And
Good
that's
work.
it. We made it through the stage.
That's awesome. You did it your way.
Now the thing is, these stages are super long. You know what? I am gonna save.
It is. You know,
I am gonna save my progress.
That's gonna feel good.
It is just
That's gonna
a
feel
it
good.
is just a peek at what is turning out to be an incredible game. So excited for this one.
I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah.
I am really happy with the way that this stage
yeah.
played out this time.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, Rich, good work. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks very much
Eric,
for letting
thanks
me
for
do
coming
that.
by.
Always.
Coming up next, we got Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. Don't go anywhere. Nintendo Treehouse live at E3.
Thanks a lot, guys.